Hello and welcome to Flory Models Kit Review Time. Today we've got Eduard's 1/48 scale Do-17Z, one of their limited edition jobs, as you can see. So beautiful box art, as we can see, and here in the box. So I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because, yeah, I'll just literally obliterate it. Again, nice box art as we've been seeing on their limited edition ones. So this is the actual ICM's 1/48 scale Dornier 17, okay? So it's reboxed by Eduard, and then Eduard normally come along and chuck fantastic decals at it and some of their aftermarket goodies. So we'll have a look to see what we've got down in here. So as you can see, kit number for this one is 11147. Some of the options, as you can see down in there, so we've got what, Germany 1939, we've got one from Belgium in 1940, we've got September 1940, October 1940, you get the plan right the way around. What's nice though, it's all the different colour schemes. So obviously you've got the different versions down in here with them all, from the desert ones to the snow ones and everything sort of in between. Okay, so that's the nice thing with this particular kit. Okay, whipping round on here, you can see the end, not a lot to see on there. You can see we get down in here some resin wheels. We get these as well, which I'm not quite sure what they are, but we'll have a look at those at the moment. Some humps for it down in there like that. So that's actually what we're going to get in the box. So, as always, I have actually reviewed the aircraft before when it was in an ICM box. So it's quite nice to have another look at it, to be honest. Okay, so as you can see, nice box with these there. We're going to have a look at these decals to see as we are. We've got obviously the usual colour photo etch sheet down in there. We've got the masking set with it. We've got that resin, okay, and the various things. So we'll just get rid of that for a moment. First off, let's have a look to see what's going on in the instructions. So, as I said, there's quite a different few versions that ICM do of the Dornier, so have a look through your sprue parts and see exactly what you're going to be using, what you're not, so you don't get any confusion. There are those parts down in there, as we can see, like that. So as always, because you've got the photo etch, the photo etch sheet with this one, you're going to be replacing a lot of the detail. So obviously we've got the power levers and all the rest of it being replaced then with photo etch. So you're going to be cleaning off the part and then putting those on. Same goes with the surface detail as well for in the cockpit. So anything that's red on here, remove, flatten it down with a file or a sander, and then you're going to be replacing it with colour photo etch right over the top. So usual thing, working our way down into the cockpit, adding all the details as you might imagine down into there. It's a nice big glass cockpit, so lots of detail because you will see it for once. Okay, and then obviously all of these parts being added in with the colour photo etch for things like harnesses. We've got replacements down in here for the gun sights and the bomb sights and the various things down in here as you make your way through. All the details going down into there, and again adding all the ones to the edges, as you can see, as I said, making lots and lots of detail down on here. Okay, bulkheads being fitted down into there, and then obviously going into the fuselage, and this is those areas we've got as replacements. These are brazing parts, so we've got resin wheels, and then obviously we've got a resin wheel well for it as well, which is a nice touch on that one as it makes its way through. Okay, and then obviously you're going to be going in again adding various things. So we've got fuel tanks being fitted down into this one, and then obviously all the references, as you can see on here. Wings, obviously ailerons going down in there, they are posable, so that's quite a nice touch with it. And then we've got the actual wing, which is a nice big wing down in here, so no nasty joins or anything to worry about, just the front and rear ones. Okay, tailplanes being fitted down into this one. Again, it's really nice because they are posable, so you can have them deflected downwards at rest and things like that as well. And we've got rudders as well, which are separate as well, so you can do those. Bomb load being fitted onto the racks, obviously depending on what loadout you're going to be going for. And then we're working on for the engine nacelles, for the wheel well system being fitted in. And again, we said nice touch with this one is with these engine mounts down in here as well being fitted on the front. And then again, back in for brazing gear. Okay, so again, nice wheels, weighted wheels and all the rest of it. Again, one of the nice things with this kit is you've got a basic engine, but with some wiring as well. This just brings it alive, okay? So we've got these gorgeous engines being fitted down here at the front, and then it's obviously it's personal choice if you want to keep them covered up or if you want to have them exposed. So if you did want to have the cowls opened or closed, there is the option now down there as well, which is very nice with this kit. Okay, then we've got all the other lumps and bumps being fitted down onto this one, and then obviously we've got the actual main gear being fitted into this one. A little bit fiddly to get that in, so just taking your time. Okay, and then we've got all the doors and various things being added down in here. We've got the bomb bay doors, and then we've got the turrets, and again using the mask sets as well, which are provided. Okay, and again, all the guns all the way around it, and then lots of maskings. But again, depending which version you're doing, obviously keep an eye out for that one as well. And then all the glasswork being fitted onto it. You've got a nice guide as well for all your masking from the wheels right the way through to the canopies. Okay, and then obviously the turrets and all the various bits in between. This is all your markings, as you can see, and they do look absolutely gorgeous. So very, very nice indeed, as you can see, all the different versions striking with the yellow, with the high sort of viz markings, and then you've got that gorgeous sort of winter mottled. We've got the desert one as well in the sand, and then obviously we've got the splinter sort of winter camo scheme as well. Stencil, luckily there isn't a ton of it, okay, down in there, but there is a few to go around in some walkway markings and things like that. Again, the real nice thing about it is that, yes, it's just the ICM kit. Yes, you can get the ICM kit cheaper, but what they actually do is give you everything just to give it that little bit of a boost and a little bit, and it's all in one package, which is the nice things with these kits. So, okay, if we look at the decal sheet, because we want to know if this is one of their new type or if it's one of the old type. And when we say that, I say it with slight cheek in tongue, because we're hoping it's the old type and not the new sort of flat ones. And the only way you can really tell is to look at them. And again, I think, to be honest, this is the new type. So when I say this, what's happened is that Eduard, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to go along the route of doing technically what's known as a two-fold decal system. So instead of the usual one where you put it in water, you slide your decals onto your model and that's it. You know, you just rub the water out. Hopefully your setting solutions pull it down and that's it. And you can walk away, no silvering, put a flat coat over it, whatever you want to do, and then carry on with your weathering or just finish off your model. These ones they do a little bit different now, where it's actually got the carrier film on the surface of the decal. So it's actually on the top of it. So what happens is that you put the decal down onto your model, you put all your usual things on as you do it, and then you physically peel and remove off the carrier film, leaving just the printed area onto the model. Now the theory of this is absolutely brilliant, because that means zero silvering right the way through. I've tried this technique and played with it and it never works 100%. You get like a 70% success rate. It's not so bad if you're doing something that's a little bit worn and weathered, because if a decal, you know, as you're trying to peel off the backing takes a little bit with it, you can either touch it in or just leave it and call it damage or just wear, and that's absolutely fine. But if you wanted it to be pristine, you have to be very, very careful using these particular decals. But as again, it's just one of those areas where I think they're trying to push it along to give us the next big thing about, obviously with no silvering on decals. Unfortunately, it's not an exact science, or definitely not for me, especially when you're going over stuff that's got raised rivets or even sort of, you know, lots of panel lines on it and things like that, because that's where it tends to tear. Anyway, generally, as you can probably see, they don't look too bad. They look very nice, as you can see down on here. But the way I sort of tell it is they look to have a sort of really glossy top to them, and it's where you peel it off. So although they do look very glossy, hopefully that dies back a bit when you get the other cover off. But again, it's not an exact science, so we will see how it goes. Usual thing, swat stickers are done in 2 sections. Okay, that's pretty darn good. And we've got the details down in here. So we've got those instrument panels, and obviously everything down on here like this. It all looks pretty nice indeed. Whilst we're on the close-up, let's have a look at some of the photo etch. So we've got colour photo etch on here. There's not a lot of point getting this out because we can see it all on here, which is really very, very nice indeed. No problem with that. And then we've got your normal photo etch down here on the back, that's going to add all the detail to the various things. So we've got like the gun systems down in here and various small details in your photo etch. We've got resin parts, as we were saying. So we've got this wheel well down in here, and then you've got your wheels, which are weighted wheels as well. And being Brazilian, they will be very nice, as you might imagine. Okay, so that's actually quite a nice touch with that one. And then obviously we get a mask set. So this is a cut mask set. You might be able to see just the edges. Catch it somewhat in the light. There you go, you can see them in there. So that's quite nice. So you just peel them off and stick them on. And if you like that, it's an absolute must for your kit. Okay, let me just pop these out of the way. Okay, so as I said before, we have reviewed this. So what we're going to do is just take a bit of a whip through. If you want to see the full thing on this one, just have a look at the ICM the ICM video on this. So we've got the clear parts, which we'll look at in a moment. So starting off with, to give you an idea, we've got the wing section. So as you can see, very, very nice indeed. No problem with that. And again, with ICM, it's one of those, it just delivers. So it's got nice, solid panel lining. We've got obviously the access ports down on here, right the way through, catch it in the light, no problem at all. We don't have a million rivets all over it, but it's very straightforward to go around and re-rivet it. So we've got the underside to the wings with the hole for the wheel wells. And again, they're always very nice and cleanly moulded. When I say clean as well, I mean it's uncannily clean. Okay. And then down in here, we've actually got the main sections. See, it looks pretty darn good. And then if we whip around on here, you can see we've got the texture. Really very good on there. The main fuselage, we've got the panel lining and any access ports and things like that, as you can see down on that one. Again, it's one of those, because it's a little bit the way, the design of it, they have to move it around. Again, it's really nice with these canvas areas. You've got the recessed pressing into it. Details for the cockpit, looking very nice. We've got the bulkheads, again looking pretty good, all the way down in there like that. We've got the various sections. Again, looks all very nice and crisp. Okay, inside there's really nothing to see because everything's going to be covered up with interior detail. Okay, so that's actually pretty darn nice right the way through. Okay, so over on here, we've got the engines really, and the engine nacelles, we've got the fuel tank, all the details, and again, really quite nice indeed, as you can see. They are really straightforward kits. You know, they go together very, very well, but I call them jump off point. So you can just build it straight out of the box to look absolutely fantastic. You start to add a little bit of scratch build into this, a little bit of wiring, things like that, and they just literally come alive. A little bit of riveting, things like that, and before you know it, you've got something extra special. Really nice. So actually with the Eduard one as well, that really helps. This next one's a twin pair, so we'll just have a look at it. It's a match pair, obviously left and right. So we've got weapons down in here, props, gears, things like that. So down in here is your bomb load. These are moulded in one as well, just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, all that engine detail with the pipes. We've got all the pots for the engines, all the various things for the gear as well. Working our way around, we've got the guns, but don't forget you've got extra detail with photo etch to add to those as well. We've got the props, which are always very nicely done. We've got the cowls for the engine, which is great because you can display it open or closed, so you won't lose any of that engine detail if you don't want to. And we've got the main gear itself just down in there. Okay, last up we've got the glass work. Okay, so usual ICM again, good, solid, clean glass work. So as you can see, it is beautifully crystal clear on this. You're not going to get any distortions, even on the funny angles. And we've got the gun areas, and again, some you're using, some you're not. So, but you can see ICM always do a good solid job on their clear parts, and that's no difference on this particular kit as well. So there you have it. I have to say, it looks an absolute lovely kit. And you know, I know a lot of people knock something about Eduard sometimes, because you could go out and buy the ICM Dornier 17 and just add a few bits to it and away you go and basically get this. But it is that thing. You've got some beautiful marking options in this one, so you can really take your time to go through them, see exactly the one you want to do. The aftermarket bits that they put in there, to be honest, is what you want, isn't it? You want the gear, you want the detail for the interior, especially around the cockpit, because all of that glass work, you can see it. It's not like a fighter and it's all lost and you're never going to see it again. And again, it's got nice details underneath it as well. So it's literally one of those kits which is a good solid kit. The ICM Dornier 17 is a beautiful kit, to go together really well. I know loads of people have built them, never have any complaints. And then you've got Eduard adding all their bits into it just to take it up those extra few levels to turn it into something a little bit special. So anyway, that is Eduard's 1/48 scale rebox of the ICM Dornier 17. So if you are after one, don't forget, as always, you can get them at the PM store. Links down below.